Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. See, one of the mantras of the prayer is given here, so you can chant with me from the next class. So last night, some of you were not present, so I once again extend my warm welcome to all of you to this retreat, this Vedanta course at Arshavidya Gurukulam. See, and coming for Vedanta course is not an ordinary thing. It is a very good choice, so I congratulate you for that. And I also wish and pray that this course, this retreat, becomes a very, very enriching experience for all of you, which you want to repeat again and again in the future. Because coming to Vedanta gives you altogether a different perspective of looking at yourself, looking at life, looking at world. It will change the entire lens of looking at things, and life will never be the same again in a better way if you understand the subject here. If you understand Vedanta and the Upanishad here, it will be a different perspective altogether. So, last night there was a question as to what is Upanishad, and we have selected some verses from Isha Upanishad. So before coming to the Upanishad proper, let us see what the Upanishad means. The very word Upanishad means the knowledge of the self. The word Upanishad denotes the knowledge of the self. And this knowledge of the self, this information regarding the self is such that it shows or it gives you, reveals to you that you are all complete, you are adequate, you are all already that which you are seeking in and through all your pursuits in life. Not only in this life, but in all the past lives, human being is struggling to seek happiness, to seek adequacy, and here comes Upanishad and shows that what you are seeking is already there. It's already you. We will not even say that it is in you, but you. So Upanishad will show that you are already adequate. So it will be something that you do not know at present, and you do not know it because of ignorance. There is something called avidya or ignorance in life, which hides, which conceals what we are. Not only does it conceal, but creates misconceptions about what we are. So ignorance does these two things. It first conceals the real nature of something, and in that it creates misconceptions of what that real thing is. That is exactly what ignorance has done. And knowledge of the Upanishads, knowledge that Vedanta gives, dispels this ignorance, leaving you with the knowledge of what is. And what is nothing but fullness. As we will be seeing in this Upanishad, that what is nothing but Purnam, nothing but completeness, without any kind of lack whatsoever. So, this is what Upanishad means. Upanishad, the word Upanishad, is made up of three elements. Which are those three elements? Upa, Ni, and Sada. This Upa and Ni are the prefixes which are added to the verbal stem. This little bit of grammar, don't worry about it. But since we should know what Upanishad word denotes, so I'm using little bit of grammar and explaining you what the word Upanishad means. The Upanishad word, as I said, is made of these three segments. First is Upa, then Ni plus Sad. Then Upa and Ni are the prefixes which are attached to the verbal stem Sad. Now Upa, the prefix Upa itself shows the subject matter. It says it is the knowledge of something that is most proximate to you. What is most proximate to us? If we analyze what is most proximate, the chair is proximate, the other person sitting beside you is proximate, and more than all of this, the self is the most close or proximate to us. So, Upa says that it is the knowledge. Am I audible to everyone, even in the over there, this side? So yes, it shows that it is the knowledge of something which is most close to you. And what is that? Atma, or the self. So Upa signifies or denotes that this knowledge is pertaining to the self. Now, what kind of knowledge is this? That is denoted by the next prefix, which is that? Ni. Now, Ni shows ascertainment. It shows clarity. So, the knowledge that will be revealed will be ascertained knowledge, leaving no room for doubt or vagueness. Then comes the verbal stem Sad. Now, there are three meanings of this Sad, showing what this knowledge is going to do. One meaning is Visharanam, I will explain. Visharanam means loosening. Visharana, which means loosening. Then second is Gati. Gati means it takes you somewhere. And the third one is Avasadana. Avasadana means it destroys. So, these are the three meanings of the verbal stem Sad. But just pay attention. This Sad is the dental consonant Sa. It is a dental consonant which we speak from here. But due to the rules of Sandhi in grammar, rules of coalescence, it becomes Sh. Sh, cerebral Sh. So Upanishad has Sh. That is cerebral sa. So due to the rules of coalescence, this sa, which I just said, which has three meanings, gets converted into sha, cerebral sha, because of the rules of sandhi. Now, the word is Upanishad. Now, because of the, again, to this sha, a quip pratyaya. Quip pratyaya means a prefix called, suffix called quip is attached. When that suffix is attached, the verbal stem gets converted into noun. So now the sad has got converted into shad, and now it has become a noun. Earlier it was kriyapada, that is verb, and now because of attaching that quip pratyaya, it has become a noun. Just as, and then after attaching that quip pratyaya, it disappears. So now I will give you an example in English. Supposing to that verb walk, we attach er, so it becomes walker. To talk, we attach the suffix er, so it becomes talker, walker, speaker, like that. But er remains over there. Whereas here, I will give you another example. In English, there is a word called cook, one who cooks. There, cook means to cook also, and one who cooks also. There, er is attached, but then as it were, it disappears. So when we say cook, that one who cooks, that er is already understood that it is there. And in that sense, cook means one who cooks something. Similarly here, sad now denotes that because it has become noun from verb, it has got transformed into noun. Now it will do something. Now there is sense of agency. What is this sad going to do? It will do these three things. What are these three things? I have already mentioned. Visharana, Gati, and Avasadana. Visharana means it will loosen. It will first loosen the tight knots which are created due to ignorance. Ignorance has made us think that we are individual. In reality, we are complete. But due to ignorance, this notion is there that I am small, I am limited, I am helpless, I am bound by so many limitations of time, space, and conditions. So these are the knots, thousands of knots or complexes are created by ignorance. So what Upanishad will do, first will loosen this by revealing the knowledge of the self. First it will loosen. It will loosen the knots or complexes created by ignorance. And then in course of time, if you pursue this knowledge, if you reflect upon this, if you do shravanam, that is constant listening and reflecting, then it will destroy. It will completely avasadana. Avasadana means it will completely destroy the effect of ignorance. And you will reach the goal. Gati. Gati means reaching, taking you somewhere. So reaching the goal. But here, understand, reaching is not to be taken literally. It's not that we'll be going somewhere. No. It will be going or discovering what I really am. So in that sense, it will be praptasya praptihi. Praptasya praptihi means Upanishad will show something that that is already with me, which is an existent fact about me. So in that sense, what is already attained will be attained. You understand what I am saying? Atma is already attained. And the nature of the self or Atma is fullness, completeness. It is already happiness. It is already peace. This is already there. It's not that we attained this after the knowledge of the self. No. It was already there, but I did not know about it. And because of the knowledge of what Upanishad reveals about the self, now I come to know. So the darkness is dispelled, leaving me with the knowledge or the discovery that I am Purnam. I am really what I am seeking. It is like saying, that the mala I am already wearing and it's already with me. But sometimes it happens that we forget that I'm really wearing it. And then I may ask those who are before me, where is my mala? I always forget where I keep it. And I never find it. And I frantically look for that mala in the shelf or in the table or in the wardrobe. Somewhere I must have left it. I keep on looking. And then here comes someone. And I said, see, I'm getting late and still I'm not finding the mala. And that person, my sister or whoever is there before me, will tell me, oh Swamini ji, it is already there. It is already there in your neck. You are wearing it. Then what kind of discovery is this? I found it. Gatihi. I reached the mala, you can say. But what kind of reaching is it? It is reaching or attaining that which is already attained. So this is called in Sanskrit, praptasya praptihi. That which was already with me and I came to know. There are two kinds of attainments. One is apraptasya praptihi, meaning attaining something which is not attained. These glasses are here. This object is here. If I want to take it, I must do something, catch it, hold it in my hand, and then bring it here, and then use it. What will this be? Apraptasya praptihi. That is one kind of attainment. In Upanishad doesn't talk of this kind of attainment. As far as the self is concerned, it is already attained. The only thing is, I did not know the nature of the self. I didn't know it, that it is already full, it is beautiful, it is divya, it is complete. And Upanishad dispels or removes these notions which one entertains regarding self. So, this will be praptasya praptihi. This is very important to know that what Upanishad does is not that it makes us do something. It does not take us somewhere. It takes me to myself, but shows me the real nature of this I, which I did not know so far. So this is what Upanishad is going to do. And Upanishads are found in Vedanta. It is the Vedanta. What Vedanta means is that it is found at the end of the Vedas. Vedanam antaha is Vedanta. So Upanishads are nothing but part of the Vedas. They are integral part of the Vedas, but which is found at the end of the Vedas. So Vedanam antaha is called Vedanta. Another meaning of anta is also this, that which is the absolute vision, that which gives us the ultimate vision. That is also one of the meanings of antaha. So in that sense, Vedanta will mean that which gives us the real crux or the real vision of the Vedas. So in short, Upanishads are found in Vedas. Now, what are the Vedas? This also we had an occasion to talk about this last night. But some of you were not there, were not present, so we will just repeat or will again talk about it. Vedas are that body or source of knowledge which are not composed by human intellect. They are something which are eternal. Vedas are eternal. With the creation, they just manifest. It is nothing but nishvasaha. Mahato asya mahato bhutasya nishvasitam. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad reveals this. It says that it is nothing but something which has effortlessly, spontaneously come from Ishvara with creation. So, with creation, these Vedas are also sort of given. And it is a body of knowledge, authentic source of knowledge. And sages, as I told last night, rishis, because of their penance, their purity, and their pure and the divine state of mind in which they are totally one with reality. There is no trace of ego at all at that time. In such state of mind, sages could grasp this. Sages could see the mantras of the Vedas. They could see, they could grasp, they could hear. So sages also have not composed Upanishads or Vedas. They merely saw it, saw something, discovered something which is already manifest. They merely became the vehicles to impart this to humanity at large. Because people, generally speaking, masses cannot see this. They do not have that kind of purity which sages had. So they imparted this to us. Now, coming to Vedas, there are 4 Vedas which you all know. Rigveda, Yajur Veda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda. In fact, when Vedas were discovered, they were just one body of knowledge. Then Vedavyasa came and he edited or divided this one body of knowledge into 4, so that it becomes easy to understand, and for posterity, it will be easy to classify and understand. So according to the subject matter, he divided them into 4. Rug, Yajus, Sama, Atharva. Now, this Vedas can also be broadly classified into 2 sections. Which are they? Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda. Karma Kanda is the portion which deals with action, which deals with prayers, which deals with rituals, which also deals with meditations. All this is found in the Karma Kanda. And then is the Jnana Kanda. First section can also be called Pravritti. So the Vedas contain 2-fold dharma. Dvividohi Vedokta Dharmaha. Dharma of the Veda is 2-fold, which is that Pravritti Lakshanaha, Nivritti Lakshanaha. So that which is characterized by action, which we find in the Karma Kanda section. And the second one is Jnana Kanda, where you find Upanishads, where you find all the Upanishads. In short, it gives us knowledge about the reality. Now, once again, the Karma Kanda section can be further divided into 4 sections. Which are they? This is just for your knowledge, because sometimes we don't know the main thing. We don't know what is Vedas and what are the sections and where is Upanishad found. So there may be some lack of clarity or confusion pertaining to this. So I take this occasion to clarify that. So Karma Kanda again can be broadly divided into 4 sections. One is Samhita, other one is Brahmana, third one is Aranyaka, this 3. And fourth one is Upanishad, which will go in the Jnana Kanda section. So this 3. Samhita, Brahmana, and Aranyaka. This is included in the Karma Kanda section. Now, what is Samhita? Samhita contains the mantras. Which are in the form of praising devatas, praising different devatas. And in those days, Still the Puranas have not come. It is Puranas, again the other body of literature, which gave us different devatas which we know today. Krishna, Shiva, Devi, Ganesha, so on. But in those days, the devatas, the deities, were in the form of natural elements like fire, water, wind, and things like that. Agni Devata, Varuna Devata. So there are different mantras in the Samhita section in praise of different devatas, so that you can do upasana of them. Then comes the Brahmana section. In Brahmanas, you find different rituals which are needed, which comprises of different steps which are used in the sacrifice, which are used in the yajna. Yajna means the fire is there, and then in that you pour oblations which goes to different devatas. So when these yajnas are being done, different mantras are recited. That is found in Samhita. And the method of doing those yajnas is found in the Brahmana section. Then comes the Aranyaka section. Aranyaka section has different mantras, different upasanas, different forms of mental worship, where you carry out the worship mentally. And different meditations are given for that. That comes in the Aranyaka section. So all these three will go into Karmakanda section. Okay? Now, the fourth section is Upanishad, which goes in the Jnana Kanda. Upanishad, here all the action comes to an end. In the Jnana Kanda, in Upanishad, now action is not there. Yes, we will see some kind of action is there, but that is also precisely to prepare you for knowledge. That is a different thing. But Upanishad section fundamentally deals with reality. The fundamental truth of life. Fundamental truth, the reality of you, reality that is of the self, reality of Ishvara, reality of the world is given in the Upanishad section. So this is the broad classification of Vedas. So Upanishads are found in the end part of the Vedas. That is why they are called Vedanta. Okay. Now, as I said, there are 4 Vedas. And in all the 4 Vedas, you find Upanishads. In Rig Veda, coming to Rig Veda, just for your information, the 2 main Upanishads which are found in Rig Veda are, which one? They are, one is Aitareya Upanishad, other one is Kaushitiki Upanishad. These are the 2 important Upanishads found in Rig Veda. Then we go to Yajur Veda. Again, now this Yajur Veda has 2 recensions or branches. Which are they? Krishna Yajur Veda and Shukla. In English it is called Black Yajur Veda and White Yajur Veda. So black one will be Krishna. Krishna was black, totally black. Krishna, black. And Shukla means white. So there is Krishna Yajur Veda and Shukla Yajur Veda. This Isha Upanishad is found in Krishna Yajur Veda. It is found, Shukla Yajur Veda. It is found in Shukla Yajur Veda. And Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the voluminous Upanishad, it is also found in Shukla Yajur Veda. So Shukla Yajur Veda has these 2 most important Upanishads, Ishavasya plus Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Further, something very unique about Ishavasya Upanishad is this, that it is found in Shukla Yajur Veda, right? But in which section do you know? It is found in Samhita section. It is found in Samhita section. It is the 40th chapter of Samhita section. What did I just say about Samhita section? That it is found in Karma Kanda. It comes in the Karma Kanda section. And there, this Upanishad is found. So it is something very unique. Generally, Upanishads are found in the Upanishad section, in the Jnana Kanda section. But here, this is an exception. This is found in Samhita section. And that is why, if you know, there is Arya Samaj. There is this school of Arya Samaj. They believe only in Samhita section. They believe only in Samhita section. And that is why they also accept, because this Upanishad falls in Samhita section, they accept Ishavasya Upanishad. They do not accept other Upanishads, precisely because they don't come in Samhita section. So they also believe in Ishavasya Upanishad. This is an exception. And I will tell you that because this is found in Samhita section, before Shankaracharya ji, the Acharyas who came took this Ishavasya also as mantras which can be utilized in different yajnas, in different rituals. But Shankaracharya ji came and revealed and showed and taught that even though this Upanishad is found in Samhita section, it deals with the knowledge of the self. And it is not something which can be used in action or while performing, even though it is used, but the main usage or the main thing that Upanishad shows is nothing but the knowledge of the self. So this is something unique about Ishavasya Upanishad. Now coming back to again the Vedas, now we talk about Krishna Yajur Veda. As I said, Shukla has two important Upanishads. They are Ishavasya and Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Coming to Krishna Yajur Veda. Krishna Yajur Veda has two important Upanishads, and they are, which are they? One is Kathopanishad, other one is Taittiriya Upanishad. Both are very important. Kathopanishad, I'm sure you all know what it is. It is about the story. It is about, you must have heard the name called Nachiketa. It is a dialogue between Nachiketa and Yamaraja. There the teacher is Yamaraja. Okay, keep it aside for the time being. That is Krishna Yajur Veda. Now we come to Samaveda. Samaveda also has two very important Upanishads. Which are they? Chandogya Upanishad and Kena Upanishad. Why I am mentioning Chandogya? Because the Mahavakya, Tattvamasi, that thou art, you are that. This is the principal message. The main message of Upanishads is you are that. That which you are seeking is yourself, not away from you. Only thing you do not know, but you are that. This Mahavakya, Tattvamasi, is found in Chandogya Upanishad, in the 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad. Of course, all the Upanishads, most of you will have Mahavakyas, but this is the most important one. So Chandogya and Kena Upanishad are found in Samaveda. Then we go to Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda has many Upanishads. So many Upanishads, 4 Upanishads are found in Atharva Veda. Which are they? One is Mundak Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad. Another one is Mandukya Upanishad. Third one is Prashna Upanishad. And fourth one is Kaivalya Upanishad. These 4 Vedas are found in Atharva Veda. Now one more thing for your information I would like to say is that in Upanishads also, some Upanishads are Mantropanishad and some Upanishads are Brahmana Upanishad, meaning that See, in Upanishads also, mantra, in entire Veda, mantras are supposed to be most potent, and they are supposed to be more authentic. So mantra. So some Upanishads are mantropanishad, and Brahmana Upanishad are something which elaborates upon mantras. So Ishavasya Upanishad is supposed to be mantropanishad, and Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is Brahmana Upanishad, which elaborates upon the mantras. So you see that this Shukla Yajur Veda, in that Ishavasya is Mantropanishad, it has only 18 mantras. It has just 18 mantras, but it contains the entire tenets of Vedanta. And Brihadaranyaka Upanishad elaborates upon this. And that is why Brihadaranyaka is voluminous. It is very big. So this is just for your information. So in this way, all the Upanishads are found in the Vedas. They are part of the Vedas. So coming to Ishavasya Upanishad, as I said, Ishavasya Upanishad is the shortest, barring Mandukya. See, Mandukya Upanishad is the shortest one. It has just 12 mantras. Just 12 mantras. Ishavasya has 18 mantras. And as I said, it contains everything which we need to know about the self. So, the name Ishavasya comes from the very first mantra. The very first mantra is Ishavasyam idam sarvam. There the first word is Isha. So, that is how this Upanishad gets the name Isha. There is nothing very particular about the nomenclature of the Upanishads. Whatever may be the first name, sometimes the first word, sometimes from that itself, the Upanishad gets the name. So here, since the first mantra is Ishavasya Upanishad, this Upanishad has got the name Isha Upanishad. Bas, first. Then secondly, it is very important in as much as it also talks about the two things, pravritti and nivritti. So first here, it talks about nivritti. Nivritti means it gives, in the first mantra itself, it will give us the vision of life. It will give us the vision of reality. And then it will also talk about pravritti, to show us that if you can understand this, if you can understand the vision of the first mantra, you need not do anything else. It will be sufficient. That itself will be sufficient for you to abide in knowledge. But in case you are not ready for this knowledge, because it is a lofty vision, it will be a lofty vision. In case you are still not ready for it, then Upanishad even shows a method by which you can get ready, you can prepare yourself for that lofty vision. And that is why we will find in Ishavasya Upanishad the second mantra, which will give us the method of preparing for that knowledge. So first mantra gives the vision, and the second mantra will talk about how to be ready, how to enjoy a frame of mind by which we can be ready for that vision. Ultimately, we have to become ready. We have to be eligible. We have to prepare ourselves so that we can imbibe. We can first understand and then assimilate and then just be that. We have to, sooner or later in life, we have to be ready for this knowledge. Because as the Vedas show, that there are 4 stages of life. Which are those 4 stages or ashramas of life? They are brahmacharya. First one is Brahm. See, Vedas just, beautifully and in a masterly manner give us the program of life. Assuming that we will live for 100 years. We will live for 100 or more years, they give us the whole program of life. First 25 years, brahmacharya ashram. Second 25 years, grihastha ashram, that is life of a householder. Third 25 years for vanaprastha ashram, that is retiring to forest, dwelling in the forest, living a life of purity, austerity, penance. And then last years of life are sannyas ashram. That is, you renounce the world. Renounce the world, and there you come to know the knowledge of the self and just abide in that. Whether you renounce or not, that is not important. But that bent of mind will be shown. So this is how there are 4 stages of life. One, preparing you for other. So we can also say that these are the 4 stages of growth. These are the 4 stages of inner growth, whereby one becomes ready for the, while living in one ashram, one gets ready for the other one. And that matures you, prepares you for the third one, culminating into the last one. So, similarly, say for instance, brahmacharya, you are given, student is given the knowledge of the Vedas. The entire Veda will be taught to a student, to the students who used to go to the Gurukula. And it is said that it takes 12 years. It takes not less than 12 years to know one Veda in entirety. So and in those days, they had to, books were not available. So teacher, the guru, will teach the entire Veda slowly, in sequence. And the child, that student, was expected to mug up, was expected to learn the entire Veda by heart. Had to mug up, because books were not there. So everything was to be grasped and kept in mind. And the teacher, the guru will proceed with the next lesson only when the first lesson is known very well. Only when the first set of mantras are by-hearted, are mugged up. Then you recite them, and then teacher will proceed with the second one. So they used to, teach the students to chant the mantras, as well as they were taught the meanings of the mantras. So the meaning of the entire, so there they will teach the entire Vedas. Not only the Karma Kanda, but even the Jnana Kanda will be taught. So some students, would know the meaning of the next section also, the Jnana Kanda, and the Upanishads also, because meaning will also be taught. Meaning will also be unfolded. And that is why sometimes we find that some students do not enter into the second stage of life. What is that? Grihastha. They may not enter, exceptions, very few. But some of them will not enter the second stage of life, will skip the other two and straight away go to sannyasa. That also used to happen, but very few. But most of the students are now ready for entering the second stage of life, and that is grihastha ashram. There you live a life of fulfilling duties. You live a life according to your duties, but duties and fulfilling your desires within the boundaries of dharma. Within the boundaries of dharma. Dharma will be the boundary in which one was allowed, ideally speaking, to fulfill the desires of artha and kama. So the pleasures, as well as the desires pertaining to kama, that is pleasures, as well as desires pertaining to attaining wealth and security, things like that. But within the boundaries of dharma. If dharma is there, then this life of Grihastha, which is the real ashrama. Grihastha supports the entire creation. The responsibility of the entire creation, that is even students, then even those living in the forest, as well as sannyasis, was on the shoulders of Grihasthas. So they had a huge responsibility. In short, besides fulfilling their desires, they had to even provide for rest of the ashramas. And if this was done in a selfless manner, then this ashrama will prepare them for the next ashrama, that is Vanaprastha ashrama. Once you reach a certain age of life, then you retire. In those days, they literally retired to forest. Nowadays, that is not possible. So wherever we are, live in our own homes and societies, we retire. Retire means now the duties are over. Duties that I had to fulfill towards society, towards my family, it is now over. Now one duty is still left. Which is that duty? Duty towards myself. Duty to know myself. Who this I is. What is the fundamental reality of the creation? And so in Vanaprastha ashram, they used to retire and then spend their time in meditation, purifying themselves through tapas, etc., so that they again become ready for the last stage of life, that is sannyasa. Which means now they dedicate themselves to knowing the self. So, why I am saying this is, in Ishavasya Upanishad, you find both of this. You find the knowledge first, the mantra talking about the reality, that is given first, and Upanishad is kind enough, very kind, very compassionate, that in case one is still not ready to completely understand that vision because it is too lofty, too large. So, if you are still not ready, then in the second mantra talks about how to live life, with what attitude, what to do, perform actions, it will say. Desire to live for 100 years, but performing actions, performing your duties in such a way that again you become ready for this knowledge. So both the uniqueness of Ishavasya Upanishad is this, that it talks both about nivritti as well as pravritti. Pravritti and nivritti, both the stages are very well brought out and taught in Ishavasya Upanishad. So this Upanishad is very important. It's very important because it gives us the whole program of life, the schedule of life, as to how I should prepare. Sooner or later, I have to come to the Upanishad. I have to prepare myself for the knowledge of the self, because it is only that which is going to give me satisfaction, which is going to give me total contentment. One can be content only when one comes to know that the completeness, the happiness, the peace which I am seeking in life, which I am seeking in things outside, I am seeking in objects, in persons, in places, in so many things. I am seeking that out of me, thinking that it is somewhere else. Is not to be found out. It's not to be found somewhere else, something in something that is a part of you, but it is to be found. Rather, it is to be discovered. It is to be discovered in your own self, because the nature of the self is such that it is already full. It is already complete. This may sound very surprising. This may sound, and this may be too much to swallow, that how can I be complete? Because today, my understanding, my perception of myself is what? That I'm limited. I'm confined to this personality. I'm confined to this individual self, confined to this body, mind, intellect, ego complex. That is my perception. That is my understanding of myself today. And we are all, one thing similar about all of us is this, that everybody who comes in this life, who comes to this world, is born ignorant. We are born ignorant. Ignorance is something which we have not had to work for. The very fact that we are born shows that what? That ignorance is there. Ignorance means avidya, which is nothing but Maya. So Maya has concealed our true nature. That is why we do not know who we are. And when in the absence of this knowledge of completeness, everybody finds themselves to be lacking in some or the other aspect. There is this sense of want. I'm wanting. This is the real problem in life. The real problem of life is nothing but that I lack something. I am lacking. I'm wanting. I'm not complete. I may be relatively good or complete in certain aspects, but that is not absolute. It cannot be absolute. If I take myself to be this body, this personality, which consists of a certain mind, intellect, ego, pranas, everything, I can never be complete. It's not possible. However great this complex may be, however intelligent a person may be very well in every aspect, but still it is limited. Still it is limited. Still a person is bound by time, bound by space, bound by limitations. This is limited in all aspects. And understand, what we want, what we seek, what we innately desire is limitlessness. What we desire or what we really crave for is nothing less than limitlessness. And what I find in the present idea of this I, present perception of I, is that it is limited. I find myself to be limited and I seek limitlessness. And I do not find it. And I do not find it in the world outside too. Neither do I find it here in this limited body, limited personality, nor do I find it in the world outside. What do I not find in the world outside? That limitlessness, which is my real desire, which is my real innate desire, nothing less than limitlessness. I cannot ever settle for something that is limited. Limited will give me limited happiness. Temporarily, it may give me some sensation, some happiness, but not forever. Very soon, if we are intelligent, then we will find that everything is limited. Everything shows its limited aspect sooner or later. And then again we are back to seeking that limitlessness. So from one pursuit, to another, to third, to fourth. We are compelled, we are led helplessly from one pursuit, from one end to another, in search of, in quest of this fullness, in quest of absolute fullness, which we miserably fail to find in the world outside. This is not discouraging you to find it in the world outside. No. We are just revealing a fact, because world is also limited. This body is also limited. How can limited ever give limitlessness? This simple mathematics. Limited plus limited plus limited plus limited can also never be infinity or limitlessness. You understand? So whatever the world can give me, if we can see through those achievements, if we can see through those ends, we will find that no matter what I do, where I look, it is like mirage water. It's nothing, but my quest is like, my quest in the world outside is nothing but like seeking water, trying to quench my thirst from mirage water. Mirage water is no water. It is just an appearance of water. There is not even a droplet of water in that mirage. But the appearance is that oh yes, it promises to quench my thirst, but it's not there. So the day I discover this, or all the experiences of life, when I analyze them with a clear-cut mind, when I sit back, when I give time to myself, we have to give this time. We have to keep on looking into our experiences and find this out, that they are not giving me what I really want. All great man who had this knowledge of the self did this process, did this exercise. That we don't find it, then where is it? Where is it that my heart really cries for? Where is it that I really want, which this things evades, which these things do not seem to give? Each and every great man, Arjuna did this. Imagine, Arjuna got a chance to carry out this exercise in the battlefield, Kurukshetra, where he had come to really fight the battle. But very soon, even the battle has not begun. Battle has not even begun. Arrows are not even shot. And he had this great, he was in crisis. He was in crisis. He just could not find why, because this question came. Of course, in the beginning, he said he was overwhelmed by grief. Overwhelmed by grief because he had to fight with his own people. But that in that grief, in that overwhelming grief, this question arose, that I have not got what I really want. When he made this statement to Lord Krishna, that Yat Shreyasya Nishchitam Bruhi, when he said this to Lord Krishna, that which is the most, that which will give me definite happiness, which is not subject to coming and going, please tell me about that. Just imagine. He has come to fight, and he winds up asking this question, which means he sought knowledge from Lord Krishna. In short, it took him to go into the battlefield, face the most terrible crisis in life, for him to discover this, for him to get awakened to this question that what I'm seeking is not to be found here. Forget all this and tell me about this. And then Lord Krishna gave him the knowledge. And what Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita has taken from all Upanishads. And the major theme in Bhagavad Gita we find from Ishavasya Upanishad. Bhagavad Gita also gives Brahmavidya as well as Yoga Shastra, which means it talks about the knowledge of the self as well as it talks about Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is nothing but yoga of attitude while performing actions which prepares you for knowledge. But the base is where? Base is in Ishavasya Upanishad. So this Upanishad is very important. It's very important to learn this Upanishad. And it is also one of the 10 major Upanishads upon which Bhashyakara, that is Shankaracharya, has written Bhashyas, that is, he has commented upon. He has commented upon 10 major Upanishads. They are Isha, Kena, Katha, Mundak, Mandukya, Prashna, Aitareya, Chandogya, and Brihadaranyaka. These are the 10 main Upanishads on which Bhashyakara has commented. And the sequence of study for the Upanishads starts with Ishavasya Upanishad. So the Upanishad which you study first is Ishavasya. That is why also it is very important. So with this much background of Upanishad and the Vedas and everything, showing you the entire scheme, from the next class we will enter into the Upanishad proper. And we have selected important mantras of the Upanishad, which we shall be learning from the next class. Thank you. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanta Shanta Shantihi. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Hari Om. So just a reminder that the next class is at 11 o'clock here with Swami Satchidananda Ji. So the next Upanishad class, Ishavasya class, will be 5 o'clock p.m. today. Got it. Om.